Well, hey y'all, and welcome to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. I am Susan, your hostess. Welcome to Sow It, Grow It 25. You can use the hashtag Grow25 and hashtag Sow It, Grow It to enter this open collaboration. It is for the months of May through September. And we are out in my front garden area. I wanted to show you our straw bales. This year they have really broke down quickly, quicker than any other year that we have done this. Y'all can see the bale is just falling apart here. So what we're going to do is we're going to shore this up. Probably we've got some tin back there. We can shore it up with that and make sure that we add extra soil when we need to our plants. These are all bell peppers. They're sweet bell peppers, yellow bell peppers, and orange bell peppers. When you are doing these hay bales or these straw bales, you don't want to use hay, you want to use straw. You are going to get grass growing in them. It's just typical for doing this type of gardening, so you'll have to keep on top of the grass. And you will grow mushrooms. When the straw bales are ready, you will see mushrooms popping up. When you first do this, you want to do like a 6-8-6 fertilizer in the spots that you want to start breaking down, or you can direct sow some composted manure in the holes and go ahead and plant. But you want to make sure that your straw bales stay saturated during this time of breakdown. So ours are saturated because of all the rain we've been getting. And I've got one here that's losing a few leaves. But we have a lot of plants here. And we have some eggplants that I'm probably going to have to stake because they look like they're going to go sideways and not straight up. The celery is doing excellent. And y'all might notice that there's some grass in our composted manure. We see this as a blessing because that tells us that this composted manure is ready to plant when the grass starts coming up. So I'll get out here and do a little bit of weeding early on, try to stay on top of that grass. We've got some Tabasco. I think we got 20 plants of cayenne. We're going to walk down here. So our cayenne is right in here. Our strawberries, our one little strawberry plant is doing very, very well in producing strawberries this year. And we have lots of buds and new strawberries coming out all the time. And I've got one there that's starting to blush. So far, the rabbits haven't attacked my strawberries. I need to get out here and weed that bed. We're going to be adding more soil to these beds out here. This is my potatoes and my garlic that I planted last winter. And y'all can see that I've got some seed pods starting to form on top, letting me know that these are getting ready to go to seed. So I'll probably be out here today and cut those scapes off just to keep them growing a little bit bigger. There's another potato bed. I don't see any garlic in this one, although I did plant some garlic in there. Our carrots are doing fantastic this year. I'm hoping to get some full-size carrots out of this. They seem to be liking this composted manure that we bought this year, or last year. I had to show you this little step basket. We painted it last year to kind of preserve it a little bit longer. And these are what we purchased. I think we purchased this from the school, these little plants here. And they are just beautiful. So that'll be a nice little showcase on our front stoop. This was gifted to me by my daughters a few years ago. It is absolutely beautiful. I've got all kinds of mint planted out here. And there is some Virginia creeper mixed in. And a hosta right there. So far, the lavender is hanging on, so I'm really happy about that. We have never been able to grow lavender, but this was grown from plants. More blackberries, and I am so thrilled that they're doing well this year. We planted these a year, maybe 2 years ago. We also planted those eucalyptus trees that keep the wasp away. And so my husband's got these cages over them until they get a little bigger. And we're hoping that they will survive our climate. They are a type of lemon eucalyptus. And so you can see that little tree right there. We actually planted, I think, 6 of these. One of them had 2 trees in it, and my husband didn't separate them out. So in case one doesn't make it, maybe we'll be able to get in to the second one. Let me get down here. This one's a little easier to see, and we may have to go in there and stake it to get it to grow straight, but they are going to be a tremendous help to our property to keep the wasp away. Right in there. We might come out here and do a little mulching around them too, just to help them out, get their rootstocks doing good. We got some red clover over here along the fence line. Now that I do believe is poison ivy or poison oak, one of the two, growing next to that. But our blackberries are doing very, very good. Let's walk up this way. Got a feed bag out here of some sort I need to come out here and pick up. This is number 5 of these trees. We did them in buckets last year. They did not bounce back. So I thought we would try them this way just to see if they'll bounce back. Here's another one of my blackberry bushes. We got some honeysuckle. And this is the one with the 2 trees. So there's 2 little trees right there. Tomato blooms on our aromas. All of our tomato plants pretty much have blooms on them now. Our cucumbers are starting to take off a little bit. Louisiana purple pod green beans are doing very, very well. And I'm really excited to see those. Our little bean patch is starting to fill in. Beefmaster tomatoes, that bed is really starting to fill in as well. And I do believe we got some buds in here. Yeah, we have at least 1 bud. There it is. So we should have tomatoes very soon. The flowers are falling off of our wild blackberries, and we should see some little blackberries forming. There they are, little blackberries. Chocolate mint growing here, that will be its forever home. This is lemon balm. We bought 2 more plants of lemon balm. You can see the difference in the size. This is catnip, I think. One of these is catnip. Let me double check. This is, okay, this is the hyssop bed. The seeds that I threw in here are starting to germinate. So I'm happy about that as well. This is the catnip. And I'll just have the 2 plants of catnip here. And that is wild lettuce, y'all. I can't eat it, but it's very good medicinally, as a painkiller and many other things. We are going to probably dig up this mystery plant because I'm thinking it is the Oppo that we don't want to grow. This is the mammoth dill. And I do believe we got a little bit of dill coming up in there. This one is oregano. I planted from seed. I just find it does better from seed than it does from buying the plants on that one. And this is just another sage. We eat a lot of sage. We purchased these last weekend from the Amish community. And then one that we hadn't heard of before is a sweet jalapeno. So I'm going to try to save seed from these this year so that we can grow them again if we like them. Week before last, we had purchased 3 sweet basil plants, and they had some in their discard pile, and I told them, I said, they came out of the discard, so I think they gave me 3 more at a discounted price. So we planted these at the end of each row. Oh, we got to get it out here and do some weeding. And so we got one at each end of each row because they're a great companion plant for tomatoes. And then in between our tomatoes, we have planted some goose peas. These are different looking. I'll try to show you that towards the end of the video. They were actually gifted to us by a little old man, and I had never heard of them. So we have them planted all down through our tomatoes as a companion plant this year. The back side of our garden where it's all weedy, we're going to get all that knocked back, and we're going to plant sunflowers and some of the seeds that I saved from last year, which would be the zinnias and marigolds. And y'all, those marigolds are absolutely beautiful. They are huge. And so that's what we're planning on planting here. And then down here at this end, we didn't use last year, but my husband wants to plant a little patch of mustard greens or turnip greens, maybe some collard greens, some kind of greens in here, just so he has some fresh greens. Now, I can't eat them as much as I like, but I sure can them and eat them occasionally. And so that's on our agenda for this year as well. So these are wild goose peas. They were given to us in 2022, so we're hoping that they will still come up. And he always pokes holes in the top of his jar lid. I thought that was very interesting, so that they get air. And that is what they look like. So hopefully we're going to get some of these this year. I will be collecting these seeds from year to year. And from what I understood, he also got these seed from our friend Mr. Williams that passed away in 2022 from the Kabobo. And Mr. Williams saved his seed from year to year. Him and his wife had been married approximately 75 years, and they received green bean seed as a wedding present. I'll try to remember to link that video up here, because when I filmed that one, I also had the Kabobo. We have had to separate our toms because they want to fight. The 2 older toms are out, and right now we have our younger redhead in the pen, and his girlfriend has decided to go over in the other pen now. And we got 4 turkey hens nesting on duck eggs, chicken eggs, and turkey eggs. We have BB Reds nesting on BB Reds, and y'all, we're fixing to have a hatching party, I'm telling you, because these things are going to be hatching out very, very soon. We're looking forward to raising our own chickens and not having to buy them because it can be quite expensive. Our little redhead tom there was $40 to purchase. So yeah, they're expensive. Chickens are going $15, $20 a piece or more, depending on the breed. The little BB Reds are $25 to $35 for a rooster and 2 hens. So yeah, when we can save money, and live frugally, we will do it. Absolutely. So this is part of Frugal Living Challenge as well, by raising our own birds. And there's the two toms visiting at the fence. They often will turn their backs to one another, and you do not want to see them fight. They get quite vicious. One of our plans is to build a greenhouse. And so we have been collecting old windows. We're going to actually be painting these with a special paint that will last for years and years. And of course, our little ducks love swimming in the little pools that we pick up off the side of the road. That was a sandbox, y'all. I just want to show you that our rose bush is actually in full bloom right before Mother's Day. Aren't they beautiful? Beautiful pink roses. I may come out here and clip a couple of buds today and put in a little bud vase, but they are so fragrant. Look how beautiful that rose is. They are beautiful. Thank you, my friends, for joining Garden 25, Sow It, Grow It, and Frugal Living Challenge 25. They're all open collaborations. I'll put the links in the description box, and if you're interested, you can read the little blurb on the playlist to know what you need to do to be a part of these. Be blessed, everybody.